Hi everyone, this is Angela Mitchell. I'm a spiritual medium and psychic artist, and tonight I'm going to be drawing faces from spirit. So if you're watching, please tell me where you're watching from, and also if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. And let me just walk you through of how, if you're new to this show, how this works. Um, I have opened myself to all the beautiful spirits that have joined me this evening to ask them to work with me to draw an impression of their face. Just remember, it's not going to be National Portrait Gallery kind of um, quality, but it's a representation. And they will give me some information about them. So while I'm drawing their face, I'm also linking with them mediumistically to bring forward information about themselves. And what I would like you to do is obviously to call on your loved ones, people that you want to connect with, and listen and watch, look at the picture to see if you recognize the face, the features, and also if the information that I am bringing through makes sense to you. The relationship, the way they passed, so on and so on. And if it makes sense to you, then don't sit on that. Just comment to say, I recognize this person, etc. Don't give too much information, whether it's a live the online demonstration or whether you're going to see a medium at a platform or go for a one-to-one reading. Never give out too much information. One, you don't want to leak the medium, and secondly, it's difficult for me because if I said I'm trying to establish a relationship and you say, oh, that's my Uncle John and he lived in Leeds, then I've got so even if I get all those information dropping into my head, I won't be able to distinguish between receiving from spirit and that you've already told me this information. So it makes it a bit difficult for me. So yes, so just respond saying like, yes, I can take that. I can take the bicycle. Yes, I can take the frog statue. Yes, I can get the untapped garden, etc. So just acknowledge the information. Now, I would like it to go to the more. It's really important that this person, whoever that I draw, goes to the right person. So I would want you to be able to take all the information, and then when I'm feeling drawn to you, then I'll take your name. So hopefully, Richard, we won't have like 10 people all saying yes to everything for an hour. We've had situations where we had so many people could understand so many questions. So I had to work really hard to get spirit to separate them, the information. All right. So is do we have people saying hello, Richard? Um, So for those who are watching, I would be really, really grateful if you did like my page and for so that you will get notified when I do go live on my page. And also, if there's things that I'm doing on the page, giveaways, etc. I also write regularly about the full and new moon and about things for you to be aware of energetically, like Mercury retrograde and so on. I just don't tell you it is, but I tell you what to do and what not to do. So a lot of people say they find it useful. So do join in. And also stay tuned because we do have a competition. I've teamed up with SBTV for a competition to give away a reading with me. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm going to do the first phase, then I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let's see who's going to come through. Hi Terry, how are you? How are you doing? Hi Effie. Hi Helen. Couple of familiar names and a couple of new ones. Hi Christine. Good evening to you. Hi Lee. Hi Shawana. USA, yay. Which part of USA? Hi Paul. Portsmouth on Facebook. Fabulous. Hi Colleen. Birmingham. Hi Paula. Okay. All right, Spirit. I can tell you with this spirit, it's straight away I know that this is somebody that had tremors in the hand, like my hands are shaking a little bit. And it's like it just feel this tremor and this hesitation. Oh, I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it wrong. So I know that this spirit, this person would have had some kind of hand tremors, either to do with Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or something like that. I think it's Parkinson's, I believe, that have hands shaking like this, and you can probably see my hands sort of shaking a bit as well, right? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for showing me. Now let's get you right. Okay. Um, so I feel a female energy. This lady, this is yes, definitely a lady with me, but I'm also conscious of the fact that sometimes I might have one person um asking me to draw, and another person just sort of um talking, giving information mediumistically. And see, she's very irritated with herself. She said, "Oh, my hands are shaking," and it's oh, I think I got it wrong. Oh, and I'm just telling her it's all right, dear. Sure, no one expects perfection here. It's fine. It's fine. It's just she's it's quite. I would say that she's slightly timid as a personality. That's a bit timid and always afraid. Always wanting to please other people, and I hope you can see that. Um, Even my voice feels a bit different at the moment. It's like because I've got a fairly loud voice, but I feel it's very husky at the moment, and I'm so afraid to be a bother. And that's kind of how she makes me feel. And I said, it's all right. It's okay if the nose is a bit different. It's okay. Just just be aware the nose is slightly daintier than what it appears to be. And just reassuring her it's okay to be not to have everything accurate. She's doing quite well, giving us quite a good impression of herself. And try it's like it's almost quite how to say a bit more trying to soften her features. I feel like I need to soften her features a bit because she feels like she's gone. I know that she's with her father. Um, is it's you know, but I do feel starting to feel that more as I'm connecting with her, but I also see the features being more of a male rather than female. So as I said, sometimes it's not uncommon for one spirit to speak to me and another face to appear. But there's so many things that has happened on SBTV lives like this, which have taught me, I've done new things on this show. So I'm always open to whatever. So I know that I'm speaking to a lady and I am drawing a man. Started off with her, and it felt like as if she was, although she was quite timid, she had this sort of all this personality that she was giving me. But it was almost as if she was paving the way for this gentleman who would not have been um, interested in what I'm doing, and would have thought this was all a bit woo woo. And it was like she was trying to convince him to come on and get his face drawn here. And I feel the energy change now. Right, okay. Right, sorry, right. Give me right. I know that as I'm sort of drawing him, I know that this is younger version, um, a much younger version of him before he passed, because I do feel that he'd have passed, you know, got a good old age. Um, and I know that he was also there's something about him, um, the way he makes me feel that, let me just get my pen. You spend all evening trying to get everything ready and then you can't find anything and everything that you need. Where did I put that pen? There you go. I swear I've got a million pens in this house. It's like that one, you know, yeah, that one. Exactly. Oh, do I? Oh, Richard just said that I always lose a pen whenever. And let's not forget the technical difficulties. I don't know whether it's just the house is full of spirits, energy goes haywire, or it's just that I'm just very forgetful and you know terrible at technology. Also, I can't be terrible at technology. My previous jobs, I was the technology, in a way. Um, so yeah, there you go. Now, there's something, he just gives me this impression that he was quite he had this sort of difficult personality, I just feel that he's giving me sort of the feeling that he would have been quite a difficult person to please, and certainly one that um, could have been a bit of a recluse in a way as well. Like he wouldn't have shared a lot of information about himself and kind of left you guessing. I think that's the word. I'm sure we all know somebody like that, right? I always feel my guts, and um then and you have somebody just sits there and not say anything about themselves, and that's kind of how I feel with him, that he always held back. What's that, Sue? Hi, Sue. Sounds like my life, trying to be prepared and always flying by the seat of my yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh God, and I have fibromyalgia, and fibromyalgia, part of it is lack of focus, and also this anxiety and panic and forgetfulness, and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's always a bit of a challenge, but I'm sure every other people have other challenges. Just get his little definition there. Okay, right. Now, I want you guys to look at the drawing right now. Okay, look at the drawing. Look at the left eye and the right eye. This is my left and this is my right. Look at how different. Look at the difference in this side to this side. Okay, just forget about the eyebrows. Okay, um, because I feel like I want to over here. I just want to add a bit more hair. Okay, so if I shut this side, you see that that's a slightly different face compared to this side. Okay, so we have two people in this picture. Okay, now it's not uncommon. I've done this before. It's all about, when you're opening your senses and you're doing this, and it's just about being aware of little changes, and just being more aware of what's going on. So spirits subtly, very, very subtly, have put two faces in this picture. Now, I know that I've got a lady on the right and I've got the gentleman on the left. I know that there were hand tremors, something to do with Parkinson's. Okay. And I know that the gent, he was a very serious, hard to hard to I want to say hard to handle, but hard to live with sometimes. Okay. And also know that he was very, very an introvert. Okay. Whereas lady was more, I felt that she was more of she was an introvert as well, but very meek in character. Okay, very meek. And it's just feeling that she was more high spirit of love. Oh, thank you so much. Um, I just feel that as a character that she would let others in front of her. Like she never yearned for the limelight. She was more more into. I just keep seeing Kat Kitson designs. Kat Kitson, she's all sort of very, it's very English, it's an English designer, English brand. You get teacups and teapots and things for the kitchen and things like that. But it's sort of white background with roses and flowers, peonies and things like that. So I kind of see that kind of design with her. She feels to me a very kind of person. Now, the name Ethel, Ethel, I feel I need to associate Ethel with her, whether it's her name or her mother's name, but there's a name Ethel that I feel is connected to her. And with him, I feel that I know there's some kind of military or some kind of service associated with, if it's not just him, but with his family, feels like as if there would have been some kind of history where if he didn't serve, his, for example, if his grandfather had served, he would have been very proudly showing, talked about it and showed the medals and so on. Because I do feel there's some kind of a connection. So if he himself was in service, his grandfather or father would have been in the service. Because I can feel the metal, and I can feel that some kind of award that was bestowed on somebody in the family that you know that is there. And I also feel that she was um, I feel that again she passed at quite a good age, because I don't feel the sort of youthness with her. I feel more lines in her face, and I feel that she definitely would have been at least 79 plus. Okay, and I'm just being a bit generous there. Um, and the lady is now the connection with the two of them is I'm just asking them, are you husband and wife? And they sort of gone quiet there. Come on, tell me. Okay, there is a connection between these two, but not husband and wife, not father and daughter. I don't feel a relationship between them. I don't feel a relationship, but they knew each other, or they would have spent time together. That and they would have known each other in the earth plane. That's why they're together here. Okay. Um, this gentleman would have traveled. He just said he would have traveled, and you know, I also feel that, as I said earlier as well, I feel that he preferred sort of isolation. Oh God, nothing more nothing more treacherous than trying to spell life on the internet. You can't spell a word. Isolation, um, some kind of I some he it's like he needed the quiet. Um, very great. Yeah, he does say, sorry, Richard. Oh, Lee. He does remind me of someone who used to care for, but a younger version. He had eyes like this in Parkinson's. I can't take the lady as he lived alone. Well, definitely isolation. Lee? Would you understand that? Although he lived alone, that he would have had somebody like her, a friend that would have dropped by, and would have been friends with, but not a relationship. Okay. He was in the service in the river police. Okay, fabulous. Thank you. You can take that. I think you said he lived alone, isolation, yes. Would you understand that he was a bit grumpy? He was a bit of a he had his mood swings, moods, and quite sort of I can't, oh, did I just make funny noise there? Sort of what I'm saying. Been muddling up all my words at the moment. So they had moods, and also this, in a way, I wanted to say it was quite traditional, disciplined, um, rigid. What's the word for being quite rigid? No, rigid. Yeah, that's the word. Rigid. Answered my own question. Um, rigid. I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's like so funny. Um, so a little bit quite rigid, and would have had quite a bit of sometimes quite grumpy mood swings, that kind of thing. Yes. Oh, there's a lady that cared for him. Yes, she was a bit grumpy too. Okay, perfect, right, okay. Now, so she wasn't a spring chicken herself, so she was either just a bit younger than him, or but well, it's it's with him. I feel I'm going a bit a way back, a little bit, not I don't feel past like the last year. I feel it's been in spirit for a while, and she feels a bit, you know, like she wasn't a spring chicken either, but she was very dedicated, and also a bit church going, church going. So unfortunately, if you know a little bit about him, but then you don't know much about her, that's fine. But she was, as she said, she's saying to me, like, well, I never liked the limelight, so it's fine. Let him shine, she says. And what else? You also understand, Lee, that this gentleman was not somebody that would have appreciated the spiritual, because I felt this sort of, oh, what's this all about? And it feels like as if she's like come on, like come on, this is an opportunity, let's do this. And it's like she's opening his eyes to something different. And of course you would question it and say, well, but they're in spirit, so surely they understand all these things. But you see, we are connecting with the trace memory of the human that they were, it's a mental communication. So a lot of what I'm seeing and sensing and feeling, it's sort of like a trace memory of the person that they were. So if he was not very spiritual when he was alive, then he'd still have those sort of apprehensions about spirit work. Now, so I do, yes, so I do know. I'm asking him his name, and he's going like, oh, okay, and God, okay, come on, stop it. He's trying to divert me and throwing different thoughts into my head. Okay, now you know, um, um, you know, there's a sense of control with him. Even when he was meant to pass, it felt like there was some kind of control. He was trying to control everything, and he wanted things in a specific way, specific time. He would get very grumpy if something wasn't done at a specific time. He was a watch. He looked at the time a lot, and had to be done in a specific way. Um, I'm asking for the name, and he keeps going, giving me an E. Okay, E. Okay, so I'm getting Edwards. Okay, um, Edwards. Okay, is that right? Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, right. Now I'm going to ask them. Do you have anything to say to Lee? Yeah, he was not spiritual at all. Yes, exactly. That's why it felt like as if what's going on. Um, Lee, very quick message for you. He's just making me aware that you don't feel very appreciated at the moment, whether this is at home or whether at work. But he's just saying that he doesn't feel, it's just that not feeling very appreciated, and taken for granted at the moment, and he's just saying that um, this is how you're feeling, but he's just saying that open your eyes to what is actually going around you, that it can actually, sometimes it's very easy when we're feeling down, everything we see is a negative, or we feel everyone's not, um, his name was Edward. Oh my, oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I do this a lot, but every time I can get something accurate like this, especially names, a lot of media to grapple with. We're always not very confident when it comes to. He gave me Edward earlier, and I was like trying to and I was like, nah, that's a common name. And then he gave me the E, and then he said, no, you got Edwards. So thank you so much. But I hope you understand this, Lee, the message about you feeling that you're being taken for granted or you're not being appreciated, whether at home or work. But he's just saying that focus on what is important. Okay, focus on what is important. So thank you very much. And it's just lovely that they've the lady, she's just like tapping me on the shoulder, going like, very meekly saying, oh, I've got something to say too. And she just wanted to say that while she was always afraid she always stopped herself from doing things because she was afraid of being in the limelight. So what she's saying is that if you have an opportunity where you could shine, where you could take some kind of responsibility, or put yourself forward for something, um, do it. Don't be like me. I spent a lot of my life being in the shadows and being afraid of the limelight. And as I say this, she's giving me so much energy. She's going like, like yes, 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 yes. So hopefully take all of that on board, Lee, and thank you very much to Edward and Ethel. It'd be wonderful if that was her name, but it's lovely that they both came today. Thank you so much. Um, let's see. Just need to. Oops. I'm trying to go a bit quicker because I want to do as many as I can. Okay. Oops, sorry. Knocked my angel out completely. So everyone look at my angel. Is that pretty? I think it's turquoise. Yeah, it's a turquoise angel. I think I bought this in Egypt actually. Okay. Right, spirit. There's a bit of a negotiation happening right now. It's like, I want to go first. Oh no, you go first. So they're talking about themselves right here. I kid you not, there's quite a lot of spirits, a lot of spirit energies here at the moment. I don't know why I'm being asked to take uh, uh okay, this might be an experiment, so we'll see. I'm not sure why they want me to do this. Okay, right, spirit. Triangle. This new. All right, spirit. I trust you and I trust the process. Okay. Right. Okay. The one thing that is for anyone who is wanting to develop, or is whether you want to be a spirit artist, whether you want to be a medium, the most important thing that you must remember is the surrender, that you're not controlling this process. They are. And whilst I think it's completely strange that they wanted me to do this, I just let them, yeah, okay, fine. You want brown? You want triangle? Okay, good. Great, great. Um, okay. So before whilst Spirit is deciding what the heck they want to do with this triangle, let's talk about this competition that Richard, SBTV, and I are running tonight. Basically, if you are a VIP member, SBTV VIP member, Richard will put the link in comments now. And it only costs £1. How much? Pound uh, 37 pence a day to join. So if you're a VIP member, uh, oh, how much? Oh, sorry, it's 37 pence a week. Why are you not a member? Okay. So if you are a VIP member, you'll be entered into a competition to win a reading with me. So all you have to do is be a VIP member and remind me, um, Richard, um, how can they take part? Okay, so basically, all you have to do is register now, and donate to be a VIP member, and you choose what I think there are different levels as well. Now, the thing here is that when you get the email or a message saying that you won, you then have to book the session with me, get in touch with me, but you have to be a member until after the appointment with me. Okay, so you can't just be a member now, and then if the booking is next month, so you still have to be a member till next month. Okay, so hopefully it won't take that long for you to see me, but you get a lot of benefits, which Richard will probably list out. But when you go to the VIP link, it will be listed out for you, I believe. But basically, that's all you have to do. Become a VIP member, and then you get a reading with me. I will send you details about the terms and conditions for the readings, etc., etc. We just came up with this tonight, so I'm, I've got to decide on what type of reading and how long, all that stuff. But just to give you some perspective, a basic reading with me normally costs £55, and a spirit art portrait as an add-on is £10. So meaning that if you wanted a spirit art reading, it would usually cost £65. So this is a very generous reading. Sorry, generous giveaway. Sorry, I can't speak tonight. I'm sorry, Richard. um, so yes, so just make sure that you sign up, and you'll be entered automatically. Okay. All right. And also the added bonus, if you go to my page, which is also up in the description or in comments, and Angela Mitchell, spiritual medium and psychic artist. I'm also running another competition, and you can put your name there and tell me that you're from SBTV. Okay, but do follow my page anyway, because as I said, I do lots of stuff. I give out a lot of free information, giveaways, and my TikTok as well, which is Angela Mitchell Medium. Also, I do a lot of free card readings there, so do join in. And I like to have a bit of fun, so I don't take myself seriously. That's what I think. Okay, let's see. Right, Spirit, where are you? Go. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, flag. Okay, so that's the first thing that Spirit wants to say is flag. Okay, where do you want to go? It's one thing that you would want to take notice of, not just me, but any spirit artist, is how different the hands move on each in each with each spirit. You can see the difference of energies, even the way it's being drawn. I want all my drawings to be perfect, obviously. However, as I said, I surrender to the process, surrender to them, and if it does look a little weird, I always do worry, but I'll say, yeah, okay, fine. That's how they want to be. It's fine. Okay. So the first thing I got here, the word that came to me was flag. Okay, so flag. What does that mean for you, my darling? Go on. So on my page, you will see that I have a little community, Angela Mitchell's Spiritual Circle, and one of the things I'll be doing um, soon is I'm going to go live and I'm going to be doing some card readings. Now, this is a card reading with a difference. And I know some of you are probably going to have a little bit of a giggle, and I know Richard will have a giggle very soon. Um, my one of my budgies is quite intuitive. His name is Bodhi, and he has when he sees angel cards, he goes a little crazy. He starts picking them, he'll go very, very decisively, pick a card, and not just any card, and it's usually a card that will I can relate to, and and it's amazing. He's very, very intuitive. He acts. I've seen him behave in certain ways before an accident. Like I fell over and hurt myself, and that evening he literally almost like he didn't want me to go. He was flying around. He was very, very disturbed. And true enough, I went to the fireworks last year, and I fell over and ended up fracturing um one of my ribs, a lot of pain, and so many different examples. But anyway, people in my group, they all know about him, and I've done a few sessions with them actually, where I get him to pick cards for people, and you won't believe how accurate. I mean, everyone who got a card would be like, "Oh my God, that's exactly what's going on." So I'm going to be doing that fairly soon. I'm hoping either this week or next, but again, you have to be in the group as well. Right. So you can see the face emerging in this triangle, can you not? Quite quite artistic. This person is very artistic and very clever. For some reason, I just said artistic, and the Tate Modern. Okay, Tate Modern comes into my head. Artistic, had real eye for detail. Okay, um, and again, a little bit of a like I want to emerge from it's almost like this flag triangle thing. Do ask any questions you guys might have. It's very lonely here as I'm doing this. It'd be nice if you did interact a bit more. And you can ask any questions or make any comments if you want. Well, I'm just drawing out the space. So we have quite a few people watching on Facebook and YouTube as well. And do do share the if you could share the live, that would really be useful, because as some of you um, may have heard Richard maybe a month ago so talk about the algorithms and how difficult it is now to be seen on Facebook. Because if you notice now, a lot of things that are coming on your feed are sponsored, paid adverts by people that you've not followed, or not, you don't know who, you haven't liked their pages. So basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get everyone to advertise, and so unless you're advertised, you don't get seen. Um, so it's really difficult for pages, and even I'm suffering as well. Previously, if I posted something, I get so many comments, attraction and stuff, and now it's so hard to, I'd be lucky if I even got like two comments from people. So by sharing, and SPTV, as you know, is literally is free, and 37p a week to be a VIP is literally nothing. you know. So it's it'd be a good thing if you did share. And sharing is caring and sharing is free. So questions. Becky, which did you discover first, art or mediumship? Well, actually, I don't know how to answer that because hold on. Because I saw spirit when I started having this awareness of spirit when I was about like 10 years of age. Um, but I've always been able to draw as a child. Not really people, but I wanted to be a fashion designer, so I used to doodle and sketch. And I did do graphic design when as when I finished school. But mediumship, I didn't know it was mediumship until a couple of years ago when I thought I had all these experiences. And then I realized what it was mediumship. So I guess I had a little bit of both for a very long time. Nice face. Okay, so this is a I feel hi Deb Clark. Um, I feel that although there was this is going to be one of those weird evenings. I had this feeling like there was a sort of feminine um, sort of feeling with this person. And I was also drawing. I realized that I was actually drawing a young man um, that felt there was something very, just felt a little bit more feminine energy with him. Um, okay. And I know that there was something to do with sort of manga, cartoon, drawing. Now, the Tate Modern could either be that he had exhibited at the Tate Modern, or that it was a place that he liked going to a lot, means the South Bank, or studied close to the Tate Modern, so he hung out there a lot. But he was definitely inspired by what he saw. And it's interesting because now he's trying to do even his his face, he wants it to come out in a very artistic different style. I've never done this before with a face before, with spirit. And I know that spirit, what do I know? What do I know? Yeah, okay. All right, okay. Now we're concentrating on getting your story across, darling, not just getting your oh God. Perfection, okay. Um Perfection, sharp angles. And he's telling me off because mine isn't correct. So this is a perfectionist. He was. I'm trying to feel his age, and I do feel that it was definitely. Oh gosh, so difficult. I want to say, instinctively, I feel like I'm in my 20s. He's in his 20s, but I feel he may be representing him a bit older than he should be. So I want to say 18 to his 20s. Um, so I know that he would have studied art in some or involved in art in one way or the other. I know he'd have liked manga, Japanese cartoon books, and I know that he was incredibly artistic. There was a real feminine side, and there's a real softness in the way where he was maybe maybe what I'm saying is he's more gender fluid, in the sense that he was open to be more feminine, and he didn't have to hold on to his masculinity. And But I do feel there's this whole lot um, feminine side to him that was really strong. And I feel that I do feel that he would have been had light hair. Okay, light hair. Does anyone understand any of this information? Just want to establish this first. Okay, so no one's understanding him. Okay. Hello. I'm not sure how to Miss Chanel. Hello, how are you? First time here. Hello, how are you? So how this works is, again, is that if you recognize the face and you recognize the information about this person, then you would say, yes, I do. This sounds like somebody I know. And then I'd be able to give this person to you. Okay. Um, right. Maybe Katie, maybe. Okay. Um, would you understand this? Maybe something just dropped into my head now, and and the word feminine was under is being underlined for me, and that is to flip it around, they're asking me to flip it around, and whether this is somebody that was um God, I have to all these political terms that you have to get right too now these days. um whether this was um a girl that was a bit more masculine, or which is why I'm getting the feminine side, that that femininity as well as popping up. But the sexuality was something that is, let's just put it simply before I get myself into a twist. um the sexuality is what I'm getting at, that it may not be exactly what I think it is. Okay. But I do know that, and I don't know why, but this triangle with the red line outlining, it's almost like I should know this. I should know this, there's something familiar about it, and I don't understand why. But it just shows the creativity and the oh, okay, right. So I'm going to say he, okay, he says that he was at a crossroads, okay, when it happened. And I feel this is crossroads in life, um, or I'm not sure whether he's trying to say crossroads as he was at the crossroads crossing, okay. Um, Although in the UK, don't we say traffic lights, so junction, I guess. Um, but definitely at a crossroads, both whether it's a crossroads, I know definitely crossroads in life. And I felt depressed. I feel this depression. There was depression as well. Um, and there's definitely depression. And I know there was some kind of pills involved. So there was some kind of um, this depression was medicated, and there was some kind of condition that required medication. Okay. And as I'm saying it, I feel very, very intense, and I feel like I've got to get this right. I've got da 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 da. And I'm not sure, and I don't know anything about I mean, I'm not very well versed in mental health and all the conditions that need medication, but I do know there's something here where I feel like if I didn't take my pills, I would be a bit more, I would be quite high strung. So I needed something to keep me balanced. Okay. And I know that there was, um, gosh, um, my heart feels really is racing with this person. Um, okay. Now I'd really like to see whether Katie, can you understand more of the information provided? Susan, yes, Crossroads. Yeah, exactly. That's why it popped in. It's just like, hold on, Crossroads is more American. Does anybody else understand and can take this information? Others- Okay, Lorna. Okay, can you right, okay, can you take everything, Lorna? All the information about the sort of gender, the possible the condition that required medication, and need to be perfect, and the also that like for that drawing, etc. Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. Okay. Phew, thank God we got that. I was afraid we weren't going to get anyone. As a risk, every time you're doing this, and it's like, please, somebody. I feel like it was really difficult to get conversation out of this person. I feel like it's sort of like, it's almost like, you know, just pulling blood out of a stone a bit, because it's sort of like, give it to me, give me more information. But there's just that kind of, I don't trust you yet. I don't trust you enough to give you so much. And because it's so much about focusing on one thing and not trying to do two. And and do you understand the crossroads, Lorna, as to whether this person had come to a crossroads in life, and that became um, some that it was matter of life and death at that time. Okay. And that's how I want to put it. Um, yes, exactly. Right. Okay. Thank you. I Thank you so much. Okay. He's happy that I've said what I've said. Do you understand that, Lorna? Comments are always a bit slow, so I just want to make sure that I get that bit to over to you. Yeah, I do have stop points where I'm asking validation, just because I just want to make sure that I've got the right person. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. He lived near the crossroad too. Okay. Fabulous. Okay. And do you understand that the why he's saying that there's that moment between life and death? It felt like as if, I want to say, he made a choice. Would you understand that, or am I just gone a different way? And it's fine, because it's spirit's never wrong. The translators are usually, sometimes our brain gets in the way, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting it right. Okay, thank you so much, Lorna. Thank you for that validation. So I know I'm with the right person. Okay. Oh, heartfelt thanks. Okay, heartfelt thanks. Immediately, this relief. You know, the feeling I get, Lorna, right now is relief. Whew, relief from spirit. That that he managed. This has all been very difficult. This has been very difficult for him to do this. But you see how he had to make his he was a legend in a way. He made his stamp. I mean, I will never forget this drawing, because this is the first time that spirits made me do this. And this flag thingy. So a very unique individual. That's what I want to say. A very unique individual, and highly misunderstood as well. Highly misunderstood. Now, message for you. First of all, was that sense of complete relief. It's like, oh, finally I got through. But also, it feels like it's almost as if it's kind of like a thank you, a thank you, and asking him to expand on it, just to say thank you. And is there anything that you'd like to say to Lorna? Just he just wants to say that you are at the moment feeling like you want to give up something, whether it's your education, your job, or there's something in your life right now that you feel that you want to give up. And he says like, no, you have to follow the eagle. Follow the eagle, he says. Okay, follow the eagle. Follow eagle. I have to write this down. Sounds inspiring. Follow the eagle, and it's almost like you should know what that means. Is, whether that you're going to see one, or whether there's an emblem in something that you might see. And um, pink floody. I don't know what a pink floody is. Triangle is pink floody. Okay. Um, but yes, you're about to give up something that could be good for you. And he's saying keep up with it. Okay, and follow the eagle, an emblem, um, a logo, there's something associated with an eagle, but he just follow the eagle where the eagle fly. Okay, so it means that lift up, go. Okay, thank you very much, Lorna. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to put Lorna SPTV, and that was okay. Cool. Thank you. And just before I forget, this is Lee Daniels. Okay, right. Okay, let's okay, quick break. Okay, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event, or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, our popular show, Live with Spirit, offers the opportunity for different readers each week to demonstrate their psychic and mediumship abilities.
Hi, I'm back. Can't get rid of me that quickly. Okay, guys. So let me just remind you, first of all, we've got a competition running tonight. You all you need to do to enter is to become a SPTV VIP member. And the link is in the comments. I think Richard is putting that on, it's already there. And you will be entered into a draw, and it's as cheap as 37p a week. So lots of benefits, lots of membership benefits. But basically, you'll get a reading with me. And as I said, a reading with me costs £55. And if you want a spirit portrait, it's usually 65. And the winner will get all the information as to the all the information about the reading, and we'll book in a time and we'll do a Zoom, you and me, private. Okay, so let's get started on subscribing. Okay, now also don't forget, go to my page, Angela Mitchell, spiritual medium and psychic artist. And the page, not my profile, my page. And please like my page. Don't follow. Please like the page. Because as I said, I'm always posting giveaways and also write about moon energy, about the retrogrades, and giving you lots of spiritual insights. I like to talk about things that people don't like. People don't tend to want to hide away from. But my aim is always to make spirituality as accessible as possible to people. I don't like to use all jargon and stuff. Ooh, that's interesting. No, I want to tell you how it is, etc. There you go. So let's see. Let's see who is gonna pop in. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Right. It was very just to move this bit. Okay. Where do you want me to go? Oh, okay. All right. I keep your comments going. If I see any interesting comments about what I do, I might answer them. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm sorry, Paula. So actually it's interesting. I will let Richard know about this. Speaking to, oh, it's just so weird. I'll tell you something really really weird and interesting. So I've got this lovely friend of mine, and we've got to know, it's one of those, she's in medium, and we sometimes sort of, our circles tend to be in the same, sort of circles and stuff. And we never met each other, but um she'd like my stuff and I'd like her stuff, became Facebook friends and so on. And then during the pandemic, for some reason, I just went, let's get together. And then we did a psychic art online den together, and it was really a lot of fun. And then she lost someone very close to her, and then I just felt like, yeah, I got to see you. And, I'm not usually the kind of person that's very insist on doing things, but I just felt like I have to see you. I have to see you. And we spent this lovely day doing some, I invited her to this park where I have all these weird rituals, I do certain things that I don't tend to subscribe to any any particular religion or whatever, but there are things that my mom did, being a Hindu, that made sense to me, and or sometimes some things that I just get inspired. So just like what I did for my mom is that I went to the river where I live. It's beautiful. It's part of the Thames. And I had a photo. This is the day she had been cremated, so I had a photo and had flowers and I had a candle and everything. And I prayed and thought of her, and I put this flowers into the water with the intention that it goes to her, to her soul. And I invited my friend to do this for the person that she lost. And it was such a beautiful day. And we sat having a wonderful time. And since then, we've been in touch, etc. And last night, this morning, I woke up thinking, oh, I've got, you know what? I want to do this. I have a YouTube channel where I bring people on as guests, etc., like what Richard is doing, but then it's more on a specific topic sort of thing. And I had this words grief and grief with how do mediums cope. Okay, grief and the medium. And it's interesting, where people expect mediums to, because we kind of speak the spirit, so we think like, well, somebody said to me, like, I expect your grief to be lesser than mine because I can't speak to my loved ones. And we know that's not the true, that's not true really. It's actually been a lot harder, but it's also been incredibly magical. And there's so many things that I want to share about what's happened. And I know my friend has so many magical things that's happened. I guess because being mediums, we are more attuned to signs and so on, and more aware of spirit's presence, but yeah, so we're going to be doing a podcast style thing on YouTube soon. But get this, so I sent her a message today, saying, hey, we've got to get together, and I have this idea. And then she said, well, I was out walking in the woods, and I thought to myself that I need to do something with Angela. And she got home, and I sent her the message. So how amazing is that? So we know it's meant to be. But I love how spirit get people together, Hold on, I've got a question. Does your have ever cramp? Oh, my hand. Sometimes, not when I'm working so far. As I said, I have fibromyalgia, so my joints always hurt. I probably, and I have had a flare up this last 2 days actually. It will probably hurt afterwards, but not when I'm working. It's like they take the pain away. Well, yeah, or it's just that I'm not aware of it while I'm doing this. Okay, we've got a gentleman here, already well defined, very smiley. I can feel I can feel his smile. It's like this is making me smile here. Stop making me laugh. Stop it. Okay. But it's better than making me cry, isn't it? Although I do have to admit that it does make me happy to see my clients cry. Um, and it's not because of a bad person. Oh, right. Chrissy, how did you know you were drawing spirits the first time? Or did you get message first from the spirit? Um, I didn't know I was drawing spirits, but I just knew that I was having all this, kept drawing faces. I've drawn faces all my life. But once I did my training and development for my mediumship, I wanted the connections. I wanted to plug in. Like I knew I had a kettle, but I realized I had to plug it in for it to work, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, and then it just when I realized it was real people who were content, that I was drawing, then it just went, yeah, it's spirits. And then the message flowed with I trained with an amazing spirit artist called Lynn Cottrell. And this then I understood that that was what I was doing. So just telling him, I said, look, I'm not doing your hair. Okay. And yes, I do speak to them like you and me, like you sitting in front of me. This is where I speak to them. You don't have to go all woo woo with them because they used to be humans, used to be like us. Did you know who it's for before you draw? Or you draw and receive. It's your um who it's for before you draw. I mean, this is a public forum, so it's quite hard for me. I don't even know who's watching. Um, so what I have to do is I have to draw and bring out as much information as possible for um, their loved ones to recognize them. So basically, it's impossible for me to know. I couldn't have said it's a bit difficult for me to say like Lorna, this is for Lorna and this is for Lee. Okay. Okay. Right. So this gentleman, I hear the voice. His voice was almost like what you would have a radio voice, and a very nice voice. So I'm mostly hearing like someone speaking on the radio or speak on a microphone. So I know that he would have had some kind of he definitely had a very nice voice. I'm not sure whether he did work in the radio or industry, or he had some kind of a role that included using his voice. And I know that he was quite charming, funny, and able to speak to all sorts of people. The kind of person that you're trying to leave a nightclub and you're dead tired and you just want to get into a taxi, and you have to wait for this person to finish their conversation with some random, that kind of person. So that's the feeling I get with him. And I know his eyes, I just feel he had very light eyes. Um, Light eyes, it's blue or blue gray. Okay. Um, and Angela, you're great at drawing. Must be great how you do that for Allah. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Can I just say, Susan, that's one thing I would like to make clear. I am terrible at drawing. I cannot draw people who are alive. I can't do portraits, but I can paint. And actually, I've got a one of my paintings here. Actually, this is a full moon painting I have here. Okay, so I do this sort of paintings. Okay, but I cannot draw people who are alive. Okay, guys. So if you recognize this gentleman and recognize some of the things that I'm saying about this person, please let me know if you resonate. I don't feel that he lived to a very old age. I'm seeing 55. around 55 plus plus. Okay, so a little bit less or more, but I feel like 55. And I know that this, I'm seeing a street sign, um, and it's something cherry, sort of, is it cherry lane? I can't say it. Lane, a road or something, but it has that word there. Okay, thank you, Fiona. Um, so it's definitely he lived on or near Sherry Lane. Okay. Um, and I know that what's your name? What's your name? Come on, come up with it. Stop playing games with me. He's keep saying ginger, and and the thing about ginger that comes popping into my head is ginger cat. Okay, ginger cat. And I know that he lived around this age, and I know that he would have passed from cancer or something to do with the blood, because I said cancer, and then I could feel blood, and I can feel it thickening, and there's something weird about the blood. And I know that you would have had light gardening. Okay, God likes gardening. So does anyone understand this information so far? It's quite specific. Sherry Lane or Road list. That's a signboard, street board that I see. I know he passed around the age of 55. It feels like as if he would have had a cat as well. And I know that he would have passed with some kind of cancer or blood um, condition. Okay, you know, and I know that he had light eyes, and ginger, is ginger the hair? I'm not. Ugh. He didn't want me to do the hair too dark, so blonde, light hair. It's definitely not a brunette or black hair like mine. And I know that he would have used his voice in some ways, whether he was in a DJ or a radio host, or he an announcer or something. But he would definitely, whether it was a hobby or whether it was his work, but I know that he had a really good voice. Definitely there. And I know there's some link to some pub as well. And crown and arms, crown and arms, or something of the sort. It has some kind of a design on it. Some kind of a design, which I can't really make out. Is it no arms or crown and anchor? Okay, anchor. All right. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was seeing. It was what? How do you draw it? Okay, whatever. Okay, crown and anchor. That's the pub that I see there. Okay, so let's see, what could it be? Cheviot. I know a man who everyone called Ginger from there. Where is Cheviot? Um, I'm not quite sure. Um, of where that is. That France? I don't know. Um, it sounds posh. Sounds French. Cheviot. Oh, oh, not Cumberland. Okay. Um, and yeah, so the pub, Sherry Lane or Road, Ginger. Don't know whether it's the hair, ginger, and it's either the hair or something to do with the cat. And I know they've passed from cancer or blood, um, something to do with blood. But there's quite a lot of information. So, and the age about 50. plus or minus. Um, so Joanne, I can't say this is what I have, so I don't want to make it fit. Okay. To anybody else, does this make sense to anyone else? Um, I can't say he because he hasn't given me that information, Paula, so I could not say yes or no to that. Um, because he hasn't given me that information. So if I say yes, then it'd be like, that's not the truth. It's not what I'm getting yet. But very depth, he had a bit of a flair. He knew people. I feel he was meant. He was part of a community. He was everyone kind of, where he lived, people would known, um, you know, would have known him. Okay, what is that? King's Arms could be. Um, is it heart, heart, heart? I can't really. Oh, yeah, you could make it a bit bigger for me, Rachel. I am blind as a bat. Um, I thought you were drawing out the Chrissy. I thought you were drawing out um the king's arms or whatever. Okay, crown and arms or something, but crown and arms or anchor. I would probably crown and anchor is actually what I feel drawn to saying. Okay, and okay, right. I'm just gonna ask him another question here. Should he give me something? Okay, he wore oh navy. Oh, the anchor. Right. Oh, crown and anchor. Crown. Yes. Your navy. Oh, right. Thank you, Paula. Okay, it's possible that he were this is his past, but then when he passed, it feels like he was on land when he passed. So he was even passing the navy. Thank you, Paula. Sometimes you're so fixated on what you're seeing, what you're hearing, that you're not opening your minds and things. Royal Navy, thank you. So it could be the Royal Navy, okay? What was I saying? All right, okay. Now I know that he wore a chain with an emblem, some kind of something a bit something that meant something to him, but I just feel like he wore a chain, but it had some meaning to him. Okay, a gold chain, a gold chain. Okay, all right, guys. So I need a taker, otherwise I'm just going to see that he is whether he's one of those who's just joined us for the fun of it, which usually shouldn't happen, but sometimes it does. And I'm aware of time as well that we sort of um, have to go soon. If this really resonates with you, please let me know. But you must be able to take all the information. Uh, the age more or less plus minus that he passed, possibly the where he lived, the ginger hair or cat, passing through cancer, blood, something to do with the blood, possibly Royal Navy, or had something to do with the Royal Crown and Anchor, light eyes, um, had something to do, used his voice in some way or the other. Okay? All right, let's see. Come on, I'll go crazy with comments. Come on. Okay. Well, if no one can take him, I would say thank you so much to the gentleman for coming forward, even though we would love to have given him to somebody. It could well be that his loved one may have logged off. from um, but there you go. We thank you so much for coming through and still popping in and giving us your story, because that's what it is. Every time spirit comes through, it's a way for them to tell us their story and how they lived. Okay. Um, who I say RIL. Um, RIL. What's that, Paula? What's that mean? But yes, so thank you very much to Spirit for coming forward and telling your story. And I will put it on my page. So please share. I will put it on tomorrow. So please do share the all the portraits, so that if by sharing you will be pushing it perhaps forward to the person, their loved ones. Okay. Oh, rest in love. Oh, thank you. Mwah. That is lovely. What a lovely thing to say. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's been a lovely evening. See you next month. And don't forget the competition. Um, Oh, okay, hold on. We've got Sacred Lotus. Reminds me of my grandfather. He was in the Air Force. He passed away from a stroke. Okay. Oh, it's it the it remind the picture reminds you of him? Did you know whether, well, I suppose the problem with the blood is clots, isn't it? A stroke is called, now I'm going to sound stupid, but a stroke is caused by a clot that goes to the brain. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Would you understand the other information of the age, and perhaps that he um where he lived in terms of the Sherry Lane Road? Did he have ginger hair? Yes, the picture reminds me of him. He did have blood clots. Okay, all right, okay. Oh, well. All right, Spirit. So you were a bit slow to bring your loved one on, but it seems that you can. Okay. Do you understand the road name as well? Cherry Street in California. Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay, we got. He is, there's one thing about him, very easygoing, very friendly, lots of laughter, but he had a determination, and his eyes were sometimes eyes of steel. I'm sure somebody would have said that he had eyes of steel, where it's light eyes, and if he was determined and focused, it could be quite serious. And he had a very, very nice voice as well. And he would have worn some kind of chain as well. Okay. And it's interesting about the crown and anchor, because that's not the Royal Navy, obviously. But I wonder why he mentions this. Do you understand? Was he ever in the UK during his service? Okay, very pensive stare. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, getting a bit. Sorry, Richard is going on a little bit. But we have, yeah, we have her. I'm so glad that I've got the right person. I know that I've got the right person. I've got the energy of love going through me right now. I've this connection going through right now. Okay. And I just feel, and he's immediately saying um, that he he felt that he was very he left a lot of things unfinished, as in, because his passing was quite sudden, but he felt like he should have had more. I'm talking about paperwork, and I don't know whether he was a hoarder in some ways, where he had a lot of things that he should have sorted out. He felt he's feeling a bit sorry that people had to sort his things out. And and he definitely had a real. He was very cherished. He understands at this funeral how many people actually cared for him, because I can hear music, I can hear and um, I can hear music. I can hear a lot of people talking about him. So I know that his funeral would have been quite it brought people together as well, because there are fractions of the family that didn't talk to each other. And he plays Frank Sinatra. Oh, Lacey, Crown Royal, that's a liquor in the US. You mentioned pub, so maybe it's his favorite drink. Okay, thank you. That's a good point. Sacred Lotus, do you understand that? Um, yes, he died too young. It happened very abruptly, very respected by many in the community. Yeah. Do you understand the liquor? Um, and um, and you understand the Frank Sinatra, um, gosh, what is that song? What is that song? It was just playing in my head, and then Richard spoke, and it just went poof, out of my head. Stop singing, Richard. Frank, no, it's not. Is it Did It My Way? No. Oh my God, you alcoholic, very fond of Crown Royal. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you for making that connection. Thank you so much. Yes. So we would have spent a lot of time in bars and drinking and so on. Yes. Um, and Frank Sinatra, I did it my way. Okay. Um, do you understand the connection with the mountains, because I'm seeing a place with the mountains behind in the distance. One of my favorite songs is Country Roads, and don't worry, I'm not going to sing it because I'm totally, utterly tone deaf. So is Richard, as he's singing in my ear right now. Country Roads, Shenandoah River. It's just that setting, isn't it? Where it's about this place. I know one day I have to go there, the Blue Ridge mountains and all that settings. But it's just like I'm seeing the mountains in the distance, and it's almost like a postcard that I am seeing. So I'm trying to see the relevance, but I know that there was, yes, it is a picture, Virginia, and I do see some writing in the back. Okay, so he's showing me a postcard, a picture of the mountains, and it's scroll like, oops, sorry, dropped my pen. It's like, long cursive writings, So I know that this is some kind of mountain. So it would have been postcards sent to somebody while he was away, and so on, which I feel like he's talking about travel, etc., etc. But Jen, he's just expanding very quickly, just about I did it my way, and in a way, what he's trying to say is that yes, he could have done it a different way, the way people wanted him to be, or to live his life in a certain way, but he did it the way he did, and he's not sorry for that. What he's sorry for is that perhaps he disappointed some important people in his life, and also that other people had to pick up the pieces when he went. So he's sorry for that. But he's also saying to me, in relation to you, is that he feels that you are feeling a bit of pressure to conform to the what some people believe to be the norm, and whether it's got to do with your hair color, whether your lifestyle or things that you believe in, but it feels like as if you feel you are feeling pressured right now to be something that you're not. And he's saying that you've got to do it your way, but you can do it better than he did. You can do it better than he did. But this is his message for you, my dear. Thank you so much. It was at the point where I was about to say, oh well, we didn't find his loved one, but thank you for stopping by. And then even boom, you started coming on and saying yes, yes, yes. But you see, the power of spirit is their love drives people for, they're not concerned about me, they're concerned about you. So he came on today. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, Richard said that you arrived about 10 minutes ago. They would have brought you here like boom, boom, boom. Okay, fabulous. Thank you so much. Um, so lovely message for you. Stay true to yourself, my darling. Stay true to yourself. And thank you everyone for a lovely, lovely evening. I've enjoyed myself doing this, a bit different, slightly challenging, different, but it's so much fun. And don't forget, subscribe to be a VIP member at SPTV website. Um, that enters you into this competition to win a reading with me. Okay, so the winner will get a reading with me. I will give you all the information once your name has been given and your email has been presented to me. So but make sure that you're still a member by the time we book our reading in. All right, so thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and see you all soon. Thank you, Ashley. Bye bye.